All right, thank you, Barrett. Can you all see my screen all right?
Yes, we can.
All right. So just a little bit about Tetra Tech. We were founded in 1966. Our corporate headquarters is in Pasadena, California. We've got 16,000 employees worldwide with a network of about 400 offices. And we've got approximately 57,000 projects in more than 100 countries in 2015. We're also publicly traded. Just a quick look at our office locations. We are worldwide with new offices popping up, I think most recently in South America. So what we do, I definitely cannot speak to everything that Tetra Tech does. This slide just gives gives you a general idea of where we're working with water, environment, infrastructure, resource management, energy, and international development. My focus is with the environment. And our team overall focuses our contracts with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. We have the Superfund Technical Assessment and Response Team contract. And with that contract, we're responsible for responding to emergencies in Region 4, 5, and 7. Those emergencies can be anything from oil and hazardous substance spills or releases to natural disasters like flooding and tornadoes and hurricanes. And we also do some site assessment work, environmental site assessment work in these regions, provide training and counter-terrorism support. Myself, I'm a GIS specialist that supports these regions. Since it was New Year's Eve, I've been supporting US EPA Region 7 with the flooding in St. Louis, Missouri. And also in Region 5, we've got we're currently supporting US EPA Region 5 with the Flint water crisis. So just a few of the forms that we've developed for US EPA. We've got air monitoring forms, container inventory logs, facility assessment forms, which we use during the response to the flooding in Missouri. We were going to facilities within flood-impacted areas and verifying that they were operational or not operational, if they had issues or spills related to the flooding. And then we've got various forms related to environmental site assessment and emergency response work. As we collect this data using the iForm app, we're pushing this information up to our an ER dashboard. And what that dashboard allows us, it provides our regional managers, our operation managers, and headquarters with a real-time view of the data that we're collecting. And our ER dashboard just uses, it's an Esri JavaScript application, kind of fusing together multiple types of web mapping applications that provide these real-time numbers and real-time counts of what we're collecting out in the field. Part of our mission with the flooding in Missouri was to look for orphaned containers. That can be anything from a 50-gallon drum to a large propane tank. And once we've identified those targets, we've got our users out using the iForm app, collecting some information on that orphan container, taking a photo, and submitting that up to our SQL Server database on the cloud, which then updates our web mapping applications. So I was going to give just a quick demonstration of the workflows that we've established in Flint in support of US EPA's mission assignment there. So with our workflows, we use a lot of integrations with the Esri Collector app. And what this allows us to do is use our GIS as essentially a lookup table for our forms. So our folks that are out collecting water sampling data in Flint, the first thing they'll do is pull up the Esri Collector app. And then, of course, if I was actually in Flint, it would plot my location on the map. And I'll just zoom down to a location within Flint here. And so one of the challenges that our teams initially had, they were out with pen and paper, collecting ownership information about the home itself and the water infrastructure and whether the occupant had any health issues. And then they were doing water sampling at that location as well. So when they were out using the paper forms, they're filling out this survey and then collecting a GPS location. Well, as their data managers were pulling that information in, manually hand jamming it in a database, and pulling in those latitude and longitudes, and then mapping it, oftentimes their points were 4 blocks down the road, and the accuracy of their data just wasn't good. And the database itself, there was a lot of inconsistencies. So what they're doing now out in the field is they navigate through the city. They've got a list of properties that they need to visit, do this survey and water sampling. So they're using the Collector app to navigate around. And then once they get to a location, they click on the parcel within the Collector app. And then they can see some information on that property. They can see the parcel ID, address, ownership information. And then they also have the option to complete the water sampling form directly from iForm, or from the Collector app calling up iForm. So I'll just click that link. And it's going to automatically launch iForm. What it has is pass that property information from the Collector app into the iForm app. So you can see we're automatically passing the location ID, the latitude and longitude, the centroid of that parcel into the form, some ownership information, property type, and then the user goes through and just does the survey of the property. And then it's you can see it's automatically pulling in the property address, city, state, zip, and ownership information. So this is all information that our field teams don't have to complete in the field now. They need to verify it, make sure it's correct, but it's already pre-populated in the form, passed over from Collector into the iForm. And then they go through and complete their water sampling form. So as this information is collected, it's like I mentioned, it's synced up to our ER dashboard, and the dashboard we have for Flint is very similar, where we're providing real-time counts of the properties that we've sampled, where we've been throughout the site, and then as this information's synced up, we also pull in as the analytical data comes in from the lab. We merge that information up with the data that was collected with iForm. So before iForm Builder, we used a lot of paper-based forms. We developed custom solutions. We used fillable PDFs, and we even tested these digital pins that didn't work that great. And the reason we chose iForm, we love the form building interface. We felt like it was intuitive and we could kick out forms pretty quickly, which for my group, being emergency responders, we needed to be able to develop and deploy these forms quickly. We love the responsive design for multiple device types and sizes, the nice portal for managing and visualizing our data, and the mobile client is easy to use. And the big thing for us, being a GIS shop, a GIS team, we like how we can integrate with the Esri products. And then, so Tetra Tech is huge, 16,000 employees. We now have 10 Tetra Tech operating units using our enterprise license, approximately 120 users, and that's growing every day. And our group is primarily GIS and data management pros. We've got multiple clients and projects, so it's what the 9 other operating units and how they're using the platform. I manage the license, but I let them manage their own projects, and so there could be other teams doing some pretty awesome stuff out there, and I wouldn't know it. But we use a SharePoint site for sharing lessons learned, developing help guides, and we've got a form library up there where we can share forms, the JSON code across operating units. We also share resources. Some operating units have more developer types that we can tap into, so we try to pull those folks in and share those resources across the operating units. And then we're also, from our SharePoint site, tracking our certified form builders. So as we have folks go through the iForm builder certification program, we want to know who those folks are within Tetra Tech, so that we can align ourselves with those individuals. So where we struggle, I think right now our biggest struggle is reporting. We can quickly develop these nice mobile applications and share those and deliver those to our clients. But I think what our clients miss, both our internal and external clients miss, is understanding that reporting component. And do they really need a nice report ready deliverable, or is it really the data that they're after? So this part can be expensive at times, and I think that's where we struggle. And looking for the best tool as well. Do we want to develop a custom application? Do we want to use just the iForm Builder platform, web merge, Google Docs, or basic Microsoft Office mail merges? So we've done it all, tested it all. It's just communicating that with your clients. So advice for teams getting started: get your team trained up. You don't want to be the only one developing or that has the know-how to develop these forms or implement these workflows. You can quickly become overwhelmed because once you get this out there and folks start using it, they're going to want more of it. So I would recommend that you get everyone on your team trained up, and you all can have your own specialties, but it's important if you want to move forward together and be successful to make sure everyone's trained. So that's all I had. Any questions?
I think that was fantastic. I really appreciated you able to show us that demo. I know that Reflector, of course, being another software tool, can sometimes be hit or miss, but that was really helpful to see where you have been able to automate so much of the workflow on the data collection side and eliminate a lot of that error that I'm sure you could have if you didn't have that process in place.